welcome to Wacky World Upside Down, where I only have one co-host for the half
Yeah,
of the
you
month
just
of
stole
May.
my joke because you don't know this. He was not recording when I said this joke, but there's no proof, so whatever.
No, I stole the joke. There you go. There's the proof. I'll cop up to it.
Amazing. So, Wacko, what did you play and watch this week?
Oh, I mean, let's see here. I don't remember what number I said last week for the episode of Critical Role Campaign 2 that I'm at. But I think I said I was at like 102 last week. I am now on 114 of Campaign 2. There's like I think there's like 143 episodes or whatever, so I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm averaging like 10 episodes a week. So it's taken me from like the beginning of April to now. I'll probably finish by the end of June.
I don't even remember when I stopped watching because my time got busy. What happened in the last one you listened to?
I mean, so I am past Traveler Con.
Oh, okay.
I'm way after that. I am in the I'm in the arc where Molly's not Molly, Talison's old character pretty much becomes a villain.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Because I'm not so I'm not sure of when Mercer started planning this. I don't know if it was in the middle of Taliesin actually playing as Molly Mock or like literally right after Molly Mock died. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's I feel like it's probably the last arc of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels like I don't feel like Molly Mock's the actual big bad, but it's like the thing that Molly Mock is working to achieve is probably the big bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm 114 and 143, so I've got like 20 some odd 26 episodes left, or 29 episodes left.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
should take me about a couple weeks.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I read about it and spoiled it myself because I knew I wasn't going to be able to catch up. So I know, yeah, it's a doozy.
I've read ahead of a few things, like back before like the group found out that Essek was the one that passed over the dodecahedrons to the Empire. I read ahead in that one. I actually didn't read that the Traveler was Artagan, or Artagan, but I guessed it in the beginning of the campaign.
There's lots of clues, yeah.
Yeah. And I read I knew like maybe like 10 to 20 episodes after Molly died that Molly was going to come back and do something.
Yeah. There was is he, will he? No, surely not. Oh, maybe,
The thing is like I'm trying to like I don't want to read like what like Taliesin or Mercer has said about like Molly Mock at any point in time, because I don't want to read any hints or whatever into it. But like,
yeah.
I want to say that Taliesin and Mercer planned most of Molly Mock out even before he died. I've it to the point of like Mercer probably had this branch when it came to Molly Mock. He was like, okay,
Yeah.
so if Molly Mock died, we've already established the backstory that Molly Mock has a couple of different lives that he's lived, and that if he dies, he'll come back. and be like a part of the story, but like obviously being controlled by Mercer. But I believe that there was probably a point where Mercer and Taliesin planned for this arc of this story to happen, whether if Mollymauk died or not.
You think so? I mean, he had the backup character.
He didn't fully have Caduceus fleshed out until after Mollymauk
Okay.
died. Because it took him quite a few episodes for
Mhm.
them to introduce Caduceus. Um,
I'm
Now,
pretty sure he was Taliesin wasn't completely privy to what would happen.
yeah, no, I feel like so here's my like conspiracy theory is that Mercer may have had Taliesin already make Caduceus at some point in time. All right, because he was probably going to do something like with what happened to Ashley's character. Ashley's character was like controlled for
Yes. Yes. Yes.
a good bit of a time, and so like maybe like have I don't know, maybe he just fully planned on killing Mollymauk in like period. Maybe not at that point in time where he
That
died.
was accidental. Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
but
overspent his blood hunter stuff.
yeah, maybe not at that point of like when he actually died, but like um somewhere down the line, maybe he had planned to push Taliesin to play Mollymauk in in a certain way that would cause him to die, just so he could have this other part of the story. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Mercer's weird when it comes to storytelling because he's just kind of like he's just got stacks of books where he's just fucking written 12 billion things.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
I
he's like
believe
the
it.
he's like Charlie Day when it comes to like conspiracy theories, but it's not conspiracy theories. It's literally just like fiction about like fiction about his world, all right? And he's like, if this happens, this happens. He sees like the causalities of like 12 billion different things in Alexandria, and it's just the guy's got like fucking giga brain when it comes to shit like that.
Oh yeah.
But outside of the world of Critical Role, um, I've only been playing Cold Steel 4 because
Did you
that
finish it?
God no, the game's like 70 to 100 hours long. Yeah,
Are
I
you still
mean,
streaming it though? Because you and I know
uh,
you've been streaming it nearly every day.
off and on. The past couple of days I've just been playing it on my own because I just haven't felt like streaming. So, and
Yeah.
I've had Little be like, "Where's the fucking stream at?" So,
So like compared to the other Cold Steels, how do you feel about this right now? Sure, you wait a ways away in now.
oh yeah. I mean, I've already played this game before. I played when it came out in Japan. I played it twice. Um, and the only thing, the thing that stopped me from playing it when it came out in English was because they changed a bunch of voice actors in it. Uh, and I have this I have this problem where if I don't hear the same voice actor from literally from one like prequel to sequel or whatever, um, I get it's off putting. It puts me out of it. And I just don't want to like
Mm.
listen. I just don't want to listen to it.
Has it happened in like one scene? Where they suddenly change their voice?
No. So like so what it is like in Cold Steel 3 they had like the normal voice actors and shit for it. But Cold Steel 4 around the time of recording for it, that's when that's when COVID was going down. And a lot of people couldn't make it, either had scheduling conflicts with recording for this game specifically, or couldn't come in due to like I'm assuming I don't know specifics when it comes to Marisha Ray's character because she plays a character in Trails. But she's not playing that character in Cold Steel 4.
Yeah, I remember like a couple of weeks ago you mentioned they changed her voice.
Yeah, but they still have Mercer in there. Mercer's still playing two characters in that game.
Do you think that because they live together, right? Do you think that's really awkward?
So the thing that I think is that Marisha is like what is she? She's creative producer over at over for Critical Role, all right? I feel like she's probably got a bunch more on her plate plus like, quarantine and stuff going down at that time that uh I feel like Mercer has he's got a plan for sessions and stuff like that. He doesn't have to do as much because he's
Oh, do you think she relinquished the role then?
I mean it's a possibility. I could see that happening, but I mean she never came out and said why. No, and the overall excuse was from I guess both sides was scheduling conflicts. So
Okay.
I mean there's nothing I can do about it.
Terms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing I can do about it. I mean I complain because I as me and Dalit said the other week, we're like Marisha Ray's not the best voice actress. All right. She's definitely better at just acting, actually live acting. But the person that they got to replace her is considerably worse. So it's a bit
I remember you
off.
mentioning.
It's a bit off-putting.
Ah.
But I've gotten far enough into it where I just kind of drown it out in other things. She hasn't been considerably egregiously bad. But it's like I said, I would much rather, as much as Marisha's not the greatest voice actress, I would have much rather had her voice. But it's whatever. I've gotten over it. I'm almost halfway through the game, so we'll I'll complete it and then never have to think about Cold Steel 4 ever again. So
Fair enough. What's the next one in the series, you think? Oh, do you know?
Well, yeah. It's Hajimari. The game, the series,
Oh,
the series is 2 games ahead in Japan.
right.
I've already played and beat Hajimari. I actually just bought it for PlayStation, for PC, because I'm able to inject the There's a program that injects the spreadsheet translation into the actual game, so it replaces all of the main story text with the actual text for the game. So it's just an English patch for the game. And buying it on PC was cheaper than me getting the DLC for it on PlayStation, so I just got it for PC. So I'll replay that at some point in time. But at 100% after I beat CS4, I am hunkering down and playing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition because 3 comes out at the end of July. So.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? I've been seeing a lot of Nier on the bloody Twitter. Everyone loves Nier.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at a picture of Nia.
Yay, Nier.
Because it's everywhere, and Pyra, because people like Pyra as well.
Is it like a complete continuation? Is it a direct sequel, or is it a new story?
It's weird because the connection between 1 and 2 is a multiverse type incident that happens before 2 that causes a rift that pretty much creates another dimension, and the other dimension is Xenoblade 1. And so towards the end of Xenoblade 1, towards the end of Xenoblade 2, you hear lines of part of the climactic battle of Xenoblade 1 coming through a portal.
Right, okay.
So they're interdimensionally connected. That being said, Cold Steel, fucking Xenoblade 3 is actually apparently supposed to be what happens when both worlds merge. So it's gonna be
Merge.
yeah, so it's gonna be a considerable amount of time later on in each world, but the world like both universes have merged together, and so like it's both Xenoblade Chronicles 1 world and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 world is one world now.
I wonder how that messes up the place.
Quite considerably, considering you're part of a team called Ouroboros that has the ire of both warring factions of the Xenoblade Chronicles 1 world and the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 world, and the heads of that world is Nia and Melia from each respective
Huh.
game.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay. I'm glad she has a
so
big play to part again. Part to
yeah,
play, words mix up.
she's wearing a mask in the trailers or whatever. So like they haven't shown their face, but one is a Hyantia, who is who is most likely Melia, and the other one is literally wearing the same exact clothes as Nia's blade outfit in Xenoblade. So
That is one of my pet peeves in any JRPG or whatever, right? There is clearly, obviously, the fucking character, but they like conceal one part of them, or they do that stupid like shadow thing over their face with the question mark, question mark, question mark. Who could this possibly be?
oh,
So annoying.
don't play Trails then.
Oh my god,
Cause,
why?
cause, cause they'll do this thing where you've either already met the character or whatever, or you've already known the character from past games, and it'll do this thing where you can see like half of their face, but you can also see like uh pretty much the rest of their clothing, all right? And you already know who these characters are or whatever, but it'll be like woman with silver hair or uh guy like old guy with like old voice or something like that. It won't just say who the character is, because like they they won't list who the character is until the character's been formally introduced into the game and
Yeah.
into that specific game. Because with Falcom, they like to do this thing where there'll be a graphic that comes up with the character's name, all right? But also under it, they'll have the voice actor that plays that character, or the voice actress that plays that character.
Hmm.
Um that only shows up in Japan. Because they don't do that in
Yeah, but
in the
even
America version.
14 did this, even with like characters that had already been introduced, like MX Silk. They did
Yeah.
that a few times with them. It's like, come on, it's obvious who this is.
Yeah. Yeah. And Japan just likes to do that, you know.
They do, don't they? Yeah. Well, stop it. Okay, cool. Is that all you did? Is that
Yeah, I mean
all?
I touched on a few other games, but nothing more than like 5 minutes. So
Okay.
I like loaded up a game and played it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to watching Critical Role.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's all I did.
What I did was play My Time of Portia again
I saw
because
that.
I can't. Yeah, I was playing that a bit. It's just one of those, just like Stardew Valley. I go back to that now and again just to
Hmm.
play, chill, craft, waste my time when I'm a bit stressed. Just need to wind down.
Have they changed
Something
anything
just.
with it?
There is a lot. There's a few DLCs, mostly cosmetic though, and stuff like that.
Okay.
But they have released an early access of My Time as Sandrock, which is the direct sequel. As in the same, exactly the same sort of game, just different part of the world. So they're expanding on the
Hmm.
world really. This time you're in like like the frontier almost. So
The
it's more western.
Frontier.
The frontier. Yeah, it was early access was released 26th of May this year. So far reviews are mostly positive. Actually, the devs are really good on their YouTube channel for releasing like a lot of development videos, exclamation videos, say what's new type of thing, and they like go through uh, new mechanics and stuff like that. So they've been pretty open about that kind of thing.
That's good.
And that was fun.
I have that game and I played it for actually let me see what Steam says how much I played. I played 100 minutes, so I played over an hour of it. Um those games aren't my type of game, but it does have a nice charm to it.
It is charming. It's fully voice acted too. Well,
Yeah,
mostly.
which is surprising.
My Time of Porsche has so many bugs though, so I wonder if they've polished Sandrock a bit more. But you know me, I'm really guilty. I love bugs. I love a
Yeah,
guilty pleasure,
they're not
especially if they're
bugs. They're features.
ridiculous. Yeah,
They're features.
no,
They're not bugs.
like my favorite broken thing in Porsche is the horses that the local militia ride around the town. They will just walk off by themselves. They will just like stop, do a 360 spin, and then disappear. It's wonderful.
That's
I love
hilarious.
it. It's not as intended, I'm pretty sure, but you know, it brings me joy. So yeah, with Sandrock, they expanded heavily on building. It seems like you can actually customize the exterior as well as the interior now.
Hmm.
Farming is more extensive. Before wasn't really. It's just like you lightly touched on it with like plant boxes and stuff. Crafting is the main feature of Porsche, and I guess it'll be the same for Sandrock as well. And they also have like animal farming too, so you can raise animals other than cow, pig, chicken, duck. Yes, I have a duck in Porsche.
Of course you do.
Of course I
I
do.
I like. Why wouldn't you?
No, look, I got caught by this. I didn't know. I was yet last week years old when I realized the reason why my bloody animals were not growing into adult animals for the many years I've owned Porsche is because I didn't realize you could click on their little coop and add food to it. So all these years I've been starving my poor little duckling.
Wow.
And a few days ago it grew into an adult duck, so congratulations, adult duck. I was like,
Well,
oh, I'm petting it every day, seems happy. It's not
uh,
growing. What's his
Pete,
percentage mean?
PETA's gonna come after you.
Oh my god, please no. I wouldn't be surprised if it had the bloody digital like freaking division of PETA.
Dude,
So yeah,
if there was a
that's what
digital division of PETA or whatever, fucking Pal World would be shut down automatically. Like,
I'm
holy
so
shit.
sad I missed that. I'm so sad I missed that talk about Power World because it looks good. Like what sort of catch me up a bit? What happened? Like
Well, so the new trailer just makes it look like it's Fortnite mixed with Pokemon mixed with some other fucking game. And oh, for Valheim. There's a bit of like a Valheim
okay, this is gonna
aesthetic
be
to it
fun.
or the
Hey, the official Twitter of Power World said hello, didn't they?
yeah. And
They said hello, welcome to the community on Twitter as a reply to your last week's post. So
did
that's
they?
nice. Hi, Power World. Yeah, didn't you see
I
it? They
No,
they
I
they
didn't.
commented on. Go look, like it. They commented on your last week's post.
Oh my god. How did I not see that?
Oh my god, I even liked it and stuff. That's wow. Power World. Hi.
How Hi Pal World.
Hi. So
Fucking
yeah,
A.
that aside, what else I do? I watched more Robot Wars. Um I played that with a friend and we do all the voices because that's not voice acted. So we just sit and read through the text as the voices. And there's so many fucking characters. We don't remember who we picked last time. Every time we play. So there you go. And I thought about no. I also watched Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. That's always good fun too.
Oh,
Um
it's the unofficial account.
oh, okay. Well, hello, an official account.
Yeah, the
Cool.
unofficial.
So there you go. That's it, really. That's all I did.
Uh, so you said more 100% orange juice?
I thought about it, nearly did, but there was not enough people to play.
We need to I need to pull Dalit into it.
Mm-hmm. It's
That
addicting.
way we can break friendships.
Ha ha ha! I like. There's a co-op mode now, so yeah. There's a co-op mode where you beat on a boss monster together, and then there's the classic versus we fight everybody.
I used to do like anime Fridays where I would stream playing 100% orange juice on Fridays, get people to play.
Really? Oh my
It's
god, yeah.
so much fun. I love that
Yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Do it. I'll join in.
Uh, that's all you played? That's all you did?
Yep, that's all I did.
All right. Well, Little has graced his presence in my email today. They said, all right, since the bully of Dalit is over, get well soon, Dalit, because he knows that Dalit's not here. Oh, by the way, Dalit's not here because he's got COVID. we didn't actually say that.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, so he will most likely be back. Oh, actually, he better be back next week because next week is Hell Week. So,
Oh god, yeah, what is?
So he better be back next week. But yeah, he's doing fine. He's not being. He doesn't have it horribly. He said he's doing fine. He's just gonna sleep for the next week and a half. But Little did say he's going to turn his sights to you, League.
Who, me? He never asked me a question. Oh my god,
Yeah.
this is a joyous day.
He says, my bully is a little different on this one. Each week, I will ask about the drawing I requested from your tweet. The one where you depicted the image of your head being squished by the butt cheeks of one jolly green giant. I assume you will not disappoint me on this endeavor.
I fucking forgot about that. Yeah, I was having a rough day and I had a bad headache and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I did say I would draw it, didn't I? You got me.
He said he will ask every week from now on until you do
Oh
it.
my god. Okay. Okay, I must pay penance.
Yep. But that aside, time for a real question. With the upcoming State of Play this Thursday, by the way, spoilers news, State of Play is coming this Thursday. The day this episode will be out, actually. Which game do you think is more likely to be the focus? Final Fantasy 16 or God of War?
Oh god.
I don't think God of War is going to be in this one at all, actually. With the they stated, and I guess we'll be able to skip over the news for this one. So there's gonna be a State of Play June 2nd, this Thursday. In the actual post, or like when you click on the post for that State of Play, it does say that it's going to be covering mainly third-party Sony titles. All right. Well, God of War is the first party. They're coming from first party studio, so I don't think God of War is going to be in this one. That being said, 100% Final Fantasy 16. 100%.
Yeah, they even delayed news, didn't they, about it?
100%. Final Fantasy 16. This trailer.
Yeah.
I can't wait because we'll finally get a release date. And like last week, me and Dalit talked about how there is a rumor going around, and I guess I'll double up on news on this one. There's a rumor going around that Forspoken's going to be delayed to make way for Final Fantasy 16. I last week I was on the side of that's a possibility. This week I'm actually not. I'm more on the side of I don't think they're gonna delay Forspoken, because this week Forspoken got has been rated. It's rated 18. I put 28 because I'm an idiot. It's rated 18 and for strong language, alcohol use, and in-game purchases. Now a lot of people were like focusing on the in-game purchases because everybody hates in-game purchases. But I don't think it's going to be like honestly bad in-game purchases. I think it's going to be like fucking cosmetic DLC and shit like that.
Yeah, it'll most likely be that. I think so. Like, and also a part of me feels like they're also delaying it because of what happened to, maybe they took notice of what happened to Horizon Forbidden West as well, because there was another game that came out after it and then people stopped playing as much.
It depends. Like I don't know if they're gonna delay it. Like I said, it's been rated, which means that the game's probably already slated to come out on a certain day. which at the moment it's slated for October 11th, I think. Which uh they could push it back to January 2023, but I think since they rated it the release date that they've already set is set in stone, and that it's going to come out on October 11th, which means
Yeah.
16 only has 16 has 3 release date windows it could happen. Um, they could put it at like beginning or end of August. Um, that will cover a summer release, because Square doesn't have anything come out in the summer yet. Square still has 2 games that are coming out this year that haven't been their release dates haven't been announced. That being Star Ocean 6 and Valkyrie Elysium. Those 2 are supposed to come out this year, and they don't have release dates yet. So those 2 could easily be in the summer as well, or they could be delayed. One of those 2. So I'm looking at Final Fantasy 16 either coming out beginning or end of August, holiday, or like Dalit said, sometime in like first quarter next year. Like pretty much like maybe right before the their fiscal year. But that being said, I think the state of play is going to be I don't think it's going to be focusing on 16. I think the release date trailer is going to be like probably one of the last things shown in it.
Yeah, okay. Because it feels like they haven't really advertised, marketed, it very much either,
Oh, that's
Forspoken, I mean.
Forspoken?
Yeah, not really.
Uh, no, they
Unless I'm just
haven't.
not seeing it.
No, they've had a few trailers, but the marketing for it hasn't actually like I mean, the marketing could have started for yet, and they're not doing good marketing for it. Maybe they don't want to put money into doing that. But uh, which
'Cause I know
again, go
yeah,
ahead.
'cause I know they don't really need to for Final Fantasy 16, 'cause that's
No,
very anticipated. They don't need to spend money on that.
they don't need to, but they will.
Yeah.
They will. They're gonna shove that shit down people's throats. Um, I don't know. Like it's really hard to tell what Square is going to be doing soon. Um, because 16 oh so when the trailer for 16 comes out, that's when marketing for it's going to start. All right. There's going to be a bunch of marketing for it, and you know how Yoshi P's. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fucking like celebrity doing a goddamn like commercial for it. Um
Mhm.
uh it's going to be difficult cuz I don't really know anybody that work I don't really know the people that work in the Luminous Studios. Or Luminous Productions, and I'm not sure what their marketing strategy is going to be for Forspoken. There, like the fact that there hasn't been any marketing, really for it yet, um, does kind of say that maybe they'll delay it for 16. But I mean, who knows? I mean, well, Square knows obviously, but
Yeah.
we'll know in like 2 days because
Mhm.
we're gonna get the release date trailer. 100%
Yep.
calling it.
Yep, yep.
Uh, but moving on to the, I guess, I mean, Little Sting kind of just like went into the news anyway. Um, every time I look away, No Man's Sky puts out another fucking free update for this fucking game. All right, like fucking Hello Games is just like, "Oh, here's another update, and here's another update, and here's like, they're just continue like, at what point in time do they sit there and think, okay, I think we've gotten in the good graces of people now, and like maybe start doing something else. All right. Because they're literally I mean I commend them for it. They're doing a fucking amazing job with this game now. But No Man's Sky got a new update this week. Called the Leviathan update. where you now get where it now adds a bunch of space whales, and a roguelike campaign where you get to start your character, go through it, and yeah, I think it's more of like a linear storyline type thing, or like linear gameplay type thing that you go
Mm-hmm.
through. But when you die, you reset at a certain point.
Yeah, the Leviathan Expedition gives players a single life to use when they attempt to break the loop, with each death resetting the timeline and sending them back to square one.
Yep.
So that's a word, yeah, basically roguelike. And there's a community-based one too. It's a persistent global goal.
Yeah, I like every time I look at No Man's Sky, I just want to sit down and play it or whatever. But that game is going to literally eat my soul if I actually like think about putting time into it. Um, Not only that, I'd much rather play that game with people, and I don't know too many people that play that game, so at least not in my circles. Um, but yeah, that's amazing. I literally don't know what Hello Games is going to do next, either for this game or for any other game that they make. Maybe they're just going to continuously work on this game because I guess they're continuously making money off of it. So congratulations to them. Um, Sony came out with some official PC sales numbers for their games that they've put out. Horizon Zero Dawn has sold 2.39 million units and got 60 million in revenue, which is pretty good. Which is actually the most out of the 3 Sony games that are on PC at the moment. There's Days Gone, which has had 852,000 units sold, and it's only made 2.7 million in revenue, which makes sense. Days Gone wasn't the best and most well received first party Sony title to come out. And God of War has accrued 971,000 units sold and 26.2 million in revenue. So pretty much Sony games selling on PC has been pretty good, honestly. Now they just need to, get their butts into gear and have fucking Bluepoint to do the fucking Bloodborne remaster. The thing that got fucking that was like
Uh-huh. Yeah, no,
uh
I didn't see it. I didn't see the freaking missing eye either until you pointed it out in the handle.
fucking dude, fuck that guy. I was like, oh yeah, Bloodborne's gonna come to PC. I can finally play. Or actually, I mean, I have a PS5. I was like, yeah, it's gonna fucking be on natively on the PS5, and I can play. No, it's a fake fucking account. All right. Moving on before I
Oh,
get
did you talk
angry.
about the PS5 VR?
Oh no, that's coming up next, or coming up in a few bits.
Okay, okay.
Um, in a new TCL technology conference, they stated that new Xbox Series consoles and PS5 Pros are actually coming in 2023, 2024. I would probably go ahead and say it's probably going to be 2024 before they actually push out these, just due to the fucking chip shortage and all that stuff.
Yeah, of
But I'm
course.
not surprised. It's going to be a couple years into the cycle, and that's about around the normal time that the halfway generation consoles start coming out. It's gonna be nice because hopefully the PS5 Pros are a decent bit smaller than the PS5s at the moment, because this motherfucker next to me is gigantic.
Is it still quiet?
Oh, the only time it's not quiet is when it's spinning up a disc. After that, it's fucking quiet as hell. So,
Okay.
but if I'm not Like if there's no disc in it or anything like that, it doesn't. I don't hear it at all.
Yeah, because I was wondering. That's one of the questions people are wondering about. How would the heating and cooling system even fare? Because like if there's like people taking them apart, testing them out, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Obviously these are like maybe like the fourth or fifth like iteration of like what they designed, and we're like, okay, this is pretty much like a shippable version of the console that they wanted to make. Um, and I mean, there is a gigantic heat sink. The whole reason why this system is big is because there is a huge fucking heat sink in there.
Yeah.
Um, so I I feel like it probably doesn't need. They probably figured out like the issue with I guess the cooling in it, that they've been able to cut back on how large the heatsink is.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, to make the system smaller. I mean, I'd love to see what it looks like when they announce it. Um, will I trade in this version for a pro version? Probably not. Oh well. It depends on what how financially stable I am when that happens. Because I might get the new version just because um a slight fear of how long my original fucking PS5 will last. Because I mean,
Yeah.
who knows at this point. I don't I obviously I haven't gotten the first edition of these things. It's been like a couple of it's been like at least half a year since the PS5 came out that I got mine. So
Yeah.
they're at least like a not the first line of ones that came out. So not like the ones that probably have the highest chance of fucking up, but I mean mine probably still has a decently high chance of like probably bricking itself at some point.
Hmm.
So maybe I'll get a new one. I don't think I don't know if I'll trade it in to get, because I mean, obviously you trade it in, you're probably gonna, if you trade in your original PS5, you're probably gonna get still a decent bit towards the Pro, just because of how um not available PS5s are.
Yeah. And there's a PS Pro, a PS5 Pro is the generation 9.5.
Hmm.
Improved
Yeah, it's
rendering output, GPU.
yeah. Improved cooling and everything. It's going to be
Yeah.
I mean, same with the series. Xbox Series X and S will have their point 0.5 versions coming out as well. It's usually like point 0.5, like quote unquote, is like they're saying it's halfway through their generation or whatever. No, these console probably this generation will probably last until maybe close to 2030. Um maybe a couple years less.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't say it's actually a point 0.5, maybe like a point 0.3, but uh, I'm
Ah.
I'm not the expert. So, um that being said, some more Sony news. Uh it's gonna have more than 20 games ready for the launch of PS VR 2, which is the PS5 version of VR.
Yeah.
Which
Now,
is
what
pretty
excites
exciting.
me about VR? Because I like VR.
Mhm.
I've mainly experienced like things from the PC side of things.
Yeah.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
So yeah, I'm excited about VR because PC side of things. I not playing directly because I don't own any VR system, but I experience it for entertainment because people use it quite often to put on like role play shows, like streams, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's cool to actually see it on consoles too. And actually, unlike the old, was it Virtual Boy and stuff like that back in the day?
Yeah. I haven't been able to get my hands on any like VR stuff. Not that I really want to, but I mean, I wouldn't say no to a headset if it was just like given to me. Um, but yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
the stuff has looked interesting. We're not at a point where I look at VR and I'm like, that's like amazing. It all still looks uh not as like super, not as like high quality yet.
Well,
There,
it really is what you wanna get out of it. If you just wanna
yeah,
play something that's like a console game that doesn't need VR, just play a console game that doesn't need VR. Like, if you
yeah.
want something like right, and then they wanna plug it for Horizon Zero Dawn. It's just I see that more as a theme park thing rather than going to play the full game. Because motion sickness is still a hurdle
Yeah.
people haven't got over yet. But what I'm actually excited for, is the haptic feedback triggers.
Oh
Because,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
adding more, like, feedback and a sensation using your senses, that makes things really immersive. So, like, the PS5 controller, now that you've used it a lot, how do you find the haptic feedback?
Uh it depends on the game that I'm playing. Like, okay, so there's not really too many PlayStation 5 games or whatever at the moment. So the games that do use haptic feedback that I've played, like I've played a little bit of Returnal and I've played a little bit of obviously I played and beat Ratchet and Clank. Um, those games you can definitely tell that there's haptic feedback within the vibrations of the controller. Because
Yeah.
when you're walking through like grass and stuff like that, it it tries to simulate like the sensation of like I guess what your hands would feel like if they were walking through grass. But it's not like uh it's weird cuz most of the time it just feels like vibrations or whatever, but sometimes it you can kind of tell a difference. Um and it's in obviously Horizon Forbidden West as well. Um I don't know. It's really hard to explain to somebody without them having like actually used it.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. But for me, I feel like because if they because like there's like a is it infographic that they have like new controller with great ergonomics, haptic feedback, and adaptive
Yeah,
triggers,
yeah,
enhanced resolution and tracking. Now, if they do improve the tracking, that improves a lot with immersion because lagging in VR is really frustrating.
yeah, yeah. It definitely is.
It does throw you out of it
Hmm.
completely. Resolution, yeah. I mean, if it is like great rendering and stuff, real time uh, stuff not loading in and stuff like that,
Hmm.
delayed loading in, popping, that can throw you off a bit. I like that they have basically simplified the setup so you just have one cord because trust me, I've seen it happen to other people. Walking into stuff, tripping over your own wires during VR, that's actually very dangerous.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. If I ever got a VR headset, I wouldn't get a wired one. I'd get one of the wireless ones that you can
Yeah,
get for like Steam or whatever, the
yeah.
Valve
Or
one.
or like, people who use it for PC and have, like, the full body,
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
There
yeah.
is, like they got stations and stuff to work around and, like, sensors or, like, they put on 3 sensors or something like they put on their body. And sometimes to be compatible, you need more wires depending on what type of headset you have and yada yada. So, like, console making it simpler for console users, that's great.
Hmm.
That's always a good thing. Maybe in the
The
future they'll have a wireless as well.
Yeah. And that's one of like the things with VR. There's a lot of gates to get through to actually
It's
get into VR.
expensive, man. That's the first one.
It's expensive. Most of the time you have to deal with the wires. There's a lot of like hooking up and setting up.
Real world hazards. Make sure
You
your VR space is safe.
your P
Really.
you, your PC needs to be like at least a bit decent to run some VR
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh
yeah.
and it's a bit annoying like The only time I'm ever gonna get excited about like anything virtual reality type things is, and it's very weird of me to say, but like we get to the point where it's like Sword Art Online or whatever. That's the only time I'm gonna be like excited about VR.
Just plug your brain in.
Yeah, just plug my brain in. Let me lay down on the fucking bed and just like fucking upload my consciousness to a server. All right. Obviously, I know that's probably never going to happen in my lifetime. But I mean, that's the only time I'm going to ever be excited about it, cuz when I look at like, yeah, VR chat's kind of cool. There's some things in VR chat that I thought was like cool and fun or whatever. But it's not something I would go in like on my own to do. I would need like a lot of people to like get into it. And I feel like I wouldn't have that problem of needing a bunch of people to get into it if it was more like Sword Art Online, because obviously more people would be into doing that. And so I would just be able to like fucking upload my conscience and be like, hey, look, what's up, all everybody? Damn, holy shit. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've been very impressed with VR though, at least with the PC community. Word accessibility is actually very good. Like, there are players who are unable to speak for various reasons or have hearing difficulties and
Yep.
use text to speech and stuff like that, and that is fully accessible. There is so much like outsource and mods and stuff for that kind of thing, and that's really something great. I don't know what the console versions have concerning that sort of thing, but like, just making it more and more easy for people to be able to use and afford and play and get on. This I think that's the next step for VR. Definitely,
Yeah.
they need to improve that.
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
Yep. But Sony did say that they're gonna have more than 20 games ready for the launch of PSVR2, and I think like only one of them is gonna be the Horizon Zero Dawn, Call of the Mountain. There's a couple other ones that they've shown. I think Resident Evil VR is gonna be like Resident Evil 4 VR is gonna be. I think it's already out, but that's gonna be one that's like pretty much everybody is gonna want to play.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. I'd like to see more like high budgeted like VR games to see like the boundaries that they actually are able to push with it. But
I would love that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah. Next up, Sony shows the demand of the PS5 compared to the PS4 by showing that PS5s sell 80,000 units in a span of 82 minutes when they're available, compared to the PS4 only selling 80K units in a span of 9 days at the same stage of its cycle. I mean that's pretty big. Pretty big difference there, though. I feel like that number is going to be just a slight bit skewed, just to the fact that if PS5s were more readily available, I feel like they probably wouldn't sell off the shelf as fast. Now, yeah, I'm actually going to just the demand for it. I think this number's just a bit skewed, just because the demand for it is so well over the supply of it. I don't think if PS5 were readily available, they obviously at this point in time they would not be selling 80K units in a span of 82 minutes. They would not be doing that. People would be like, okay, well, I can just get my PS5 tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah, because there is a rush for demand. People are more likely to go out and buy it.
Yeah.
Or buy two, just in case.
That being said, I think the PS5 is obviously doing well, because obviously it's selling out as soon as like PS5s hit the shelves or whatever.
Yep.
So
Even in Japan still as well.
yeah,
Definitely.
You have to get lucky. Make sure you get into the direct list before they actually all go on sale, and then
You know, I am yet to see a PS5 in person. I
even
am
in
yet to
Japan.
see. Yeah, I haven't seen them in the shop. Maybe
Damn.
I haven't. Then again, granted, I haven't actually gone into like one big store that tends to sell consoles called Book Off. People just trade in when they don't want to use it anymore. And sometimes there actually is new consoles in there too. I haven't seen, but I haven't walked in recently. Like, no. Fun fact about me, or sad fact, actually, very sad. I'm yet to be in contact with the PS5.
You need to get a friend over there that has a PS5. Be like, hey, can I?
Friend?
Hey. You can get some friends, all right?
Yeah, I suppose. To crawl out of my pandemic cocoon.
Aiden Chronicles 100 Heroes announced that they're bringing it to Switch. So while obviously I believe that this game will be able to run on the Switch, no doubt, because of like how it is. I mean, it's kind of like in the same vein as Octopath Traveler or whatever.
Yeah.
Or ish in the same way. They specifically, when marketing this game, said it was going to be next gen only. So they said it was specifically only going to be on PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. I mean, I don't care if it comes to Switch or not, but that kind of makes me wonder how much that's going to hold back the other versions of the game, just because of how cross-gen it's going to be.
I see.
Because I mean, I feel like obviously the PS5 version, and the Xbox versions aren't going to be probably too held back, and anybody that plays, I mean, okay, so people that buy stuff that's on the Switch and not of the other consoles when they have a choice, obviously don't care about how performance-wise for video games anyway.
No.
The Switch version will probably be hampered in a certain way, just because it's cross-gen in the fact that it's technically going from this gen to last gen. But I still don't even view the Switch as last gen. I view it as like maybe the almost last gen, but not quite last gen. Type of console. I just find it weird because they specifically stated it was going to be like current gen only. But I mean, that's whatever. More people get to play it if they're wanting to play this type of game. And like I said, I believe it'll play like all right on it anyway, because it's Octopath Traveler esque, and that game and Triangle Strategy were both fun on the Switch anyway. So, Sony announced that God of War is getting a live action series, and it's coming to Amazon Prime. Horizon is getting a live action series, and that's coming to Netflix. And Gran Turismo is getting a live action series, but they did not say where that's going to be at.
See, one point I want to hit on, like, this is not just concerning these 3 IPs. This is any fucking IP that is now owned by different companies and streaming services. I can't afford all these bloody streaming services.
Yeah.
And we just earlier established I don't have friends, so I'm fucked.
You can just yeah, I mean, I don't have a Netflix. I mean, I have Amazon Prime, so you can technically use my Amazon Prime.
I have Netflix because my parents are very kind.
Oh.
But not for long if Netflix gets a fucking way, right?
I mean, fucking I think Netflix will not actually restrict people from being able to use like different passwords or whatever. I think they're I mean, I believe that they could do it, but I don't think they will.
They'll more likely add a different subscription thing for it. If you want to add on friends, blah blah blah, here is this. More money.
have a family plan. Do they not already have a family plan?
No, you just add people to your. You have a set number of accounts you can add.
Yeah, we'll just have a fucking family plan. Do the Nintendo thing.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, slight tangent.
Yeah. These I have. So I don't have faith in these per se. These will be things that I might watch depending on the reception of them. But they're not shows that I'm like worried that they're gonna end up shit like Cowboy Bebop, because I view it as it's a lot easier to move stuff from a medium like Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War to live action, because those games are already hyper realistic in their graphics.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a far cry away from doing that. Stuff like Cowboy Bebop, where it was 2D animated, obviously has animations that are really hard to make live action.
Yeah, it's hard to translate certain effects from the 2D medium to 3D reality. Yeah. It sometimes looks really awful.
Yeah,
and I mean by sometimes by a lot of the time.
I think the only one out of these three that is going to have the easiest success is going to be Gran Turismo. It's literally going to be. It's going to be a racing fucking series. That's
because technically, I guess like first thought was, but Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War have a whole background story, world building, blah blah blah. Surely that's going to be the easiest to translate. No, because they got angry fans that will inevitably go.
Yeah,
I am disappointed, but I that's my first thought, and then I thought, yeah, you're right. Gran Turismo is more open, free. They can transplant any sort of narrative over the top of Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're probably easier to please people. They just want to see flashy cars.
Yeah, it's literally all the people that are going to watch Gran Turismo series is going to be. They're not going to care about the story. They're just going to be like, yeah, fucking racing. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. And it looks fucking realistic anyway.
Yeah.
It's like watching a video.
So yeah, that's interesting. These are things that probably ain't going to be out for the next 2 years anyway. So
yeah,
especially Gran Turismo, because they said it's in the works, which means they don't even have they don't have a place that they're planning to throw it up at. So, CDPR, CD Projekt Red, they updated a few things going on with their studio. Unreal Engine 5 is already showing improvements.
Oh, wait, whoa, hold your horses. Whoa. Yeah, so basically, Cyberpunk 2077, right? They got anime coming out soon.
Yeah.
Edge Runners, right? June 6th apparently is a projected release date. So yeah, Netflix again, by the way, if you have Netflix.
Yeah.
They released new images in the latest news, so have a looky. It looks really cool, honestly. So we'll see. Studio Trigger is the animation studio, I think.
Oh, it is right? Studio Trigger?
Yeah, that was coupled with.
It's going to at least look good.
Yeah.
Story might be a little wishy-washy.
Yeah. I know, that's all I wanted to say.
Oh yeah. Well, that was going to come up in the last bullet point in this thing anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're already showing improvements in efficiency with the Unreal Engine 5 that they're going to be using for the new Witcher game. They've already completed the initial research for the new Witcher game, and it's now in pre-production. But all of their developers are pretty much on the 2077 expansion right now. Yes. That's going to start marketing sometime soon. And it's going to release sometime this year. And then they obviously, as you said, they have an anime by Studio Trigger coming out. You said it was supposed to premiere in when? June, July?
That was one of the dates I saw floating around. But, this is just floating around the internet stuff. So it might be change or be different. So, but that's one of the projected ones.
Yeah, I didn't see it on
the initial teaser trailer was like 2020.
Oh,
that was a while back.
Forever ago. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, if it's going to be by Studio Trigger, the animation will be good. Will be really good actually. Depending on who's writing it, the story will probably be at least decent all the way up until the last episode, because Studio Trigger likes to drop the ball in the last 2 episodes of most of their anime. I was gonna go ahead and say that. But that'll be interesting. I'm interested in see what this expansion is for it, because obviously Dalit and I both played Cyberpunk 2077, and I assume at least myself will get the expansion. I assume Dalit will also get it, so we'll be able to play that. Like, you have a PC now, you can play it.
I can do it.
Yeah. A Steam little insight, because of Nibellion, who is a reputable source on Twitter, and not the fake Nibellion that fucked over a lot of people earlier today. Said that there's a possibility of Returnal coming to Steam, which is not unlike Sony to do now, because Sony's been putting a bunch of games on PC lately. Due to some feature tags that described pretty accurately described some of the game context, and there's a tag for the Tower of Sisyphus, which was the new
I'm
DLC.
so sorry, buddy. When I read the notes, I was like, Tower of Syphilis? No.
Yeah, Syphilis, yeah.
No.
Sisyphus. Tower of Sisyphus, which is I think that makes Returnal seem more like a roguelike than the actual main story does, because you're going through like a tower, and it acts pretty much the same way. And I think you're able to do it multiplayer. I'm not 100% sure, but those are in some tag updates for Steam, which means there is a high chance that that's coming to Steam, which is pretty good, because I played a good bit of Returnal. Well, not a good bit, but like I played a decent bit of Returnal. That game's fun. Next up, the first Genshin clone that's coming out. Got announced. Wuthering Waves. It's going to be made by developed by Kuro Games, which is the same people that made Punishing Grey Raven. It's going to be a massive open world. It's going to be action oriented. It's going to be focused on exploration, combat, and narrative. And the environment outside of the technology based environments or whatever looks almost exactly like Genshin Impact. So
it does, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it?
This game is literally going to be, and it's going to be a fucking gacha game too, most likely, because Punishing Grey Raven's a gacha game.
Yeah.
I posted on Twitter after I saw that, so I was like, can we get a game that's like this? All right, that's like these games, but not gacha.
But not gacha, please. Yes.
Please.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't mind just paying money to actually like paying a fucking like a microtransactions just to get the character.
Yeah.
Whatever. I just don't want to do gacha.
Within the cityscapes and stuff, it did give me Scarlet Nexus and Nier vibes. I think it's because of the combat mainly, but yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's a clone. Otherwise,
exactly like Genshin. And like, I mean, the character models look a bit different from Genshin character models, but the environment it pretty much looks like Genshin. And I'm like, I like Genshin, and I would play Genshin if Genshin wasn't a. I have Genshin on my PC, and I can load it up at any time and play it anytime I want. It's a gacha game, and I like having access to characters, and I don't mind paying, I wouldn't mind paying a flat fee for a character, all right? I wouldn't mind that, all right? I can do that. That's my money to deal with. But I hate going through the gachas in almost every single gacha game. I think what is it? Opera Omnia. Opera Omnia is the only gacha game that I've played where I've sat there and was like, you know what? I don't actually mind this. I can do this. But that's mainly because getting currency in Dissidia Opera Omnia is so fucking easy that that the gacha is like almost guaranteed.
Yeah. And I guess Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is kind of like a gotcha because
I mean,
randomized packs and stuff. And
card
you do
games are
have an
gacha games.
option. Yeah.
Card games are gacha
Yeah,
games, but that's
they are.
I feel I don't know, man. I don't play card games either. All right, so and mainly, and it's not mainly because of the whole like opening card pack element. I'm just not really into card games. Like the most I've played played a card game recently is in Trails of Cold Steel 4, where you play a magic like mini game
So like
in
Gwent, is
there.
it Gwent?
No, 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 no. It's more like magic.
Okay.
Or it's like I guess it's more like Hearthstone.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you have like positions or whatever on the field that you have to put your card in or whatever. Um, but yeah, that's the extent of my card game recently is to literally playing that mini game in there, and that's just because um it's easy to understand, and I don't have to worry about not having cards because they give you like you get your own cards, you get cards for beating people, and you're able to buy cards. Um, and it's to a point where like there's you'll like the enemy will never like the person you're fighting will never have a deck that you will never be able to beat or something like that, or just because you don't have certain cards or whatever. You can literally if you literally lose and you either lose due to yourself misplaying or maybe you're not making the correct deck for you to play or whatever, which you just
Yeah.
back out and you just go through the cards that you do have, and then you make the deck that you wanna play them against. Like you're never not gonna have the cards to beat somebody.
Okay.
But yeah, Wuthering Waves, it looks nice. I mean, when the game comes out, I will probably download it and play it for a little bit just to like try it out and everything like that. But like after like the first like couple of months where like the gacha is like weighing down on me or whatever, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna stop playing this, and then just
The
like I did with
gacha weighs
Genshin.
down on your soul.
Yeah, just like I did with Genshin.
If I do
Um,
it again, man, take one for the team.
yeah, dude, I loved Genshin when it first came out, and
Yeah, same.
I even came back for the character I wanted, which was Ayaka, and I got
Mhm.
Ayaka, and then I just stopped playing because there's so much. It feels like a game I have to always play, because I'm so behind in it that I technically always have to play it to get to a point where I feel like I'm not like super behind. And that'll just never. I mean, fuck. There's an update that just came out for it. It's like 2.7. It's like a huge update. There's some Step on Me Mommy character that just came out for it, which is she's a really cool looking character, but um, just lost all my excitedness for Genshin. So
Mhm.
uh, got some Star Wars news.
Yeah.
Sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order got a teaser trailer, and it's called Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It is set 5 years after Fallen Order and focuses on Cal trying his very best to survive as one of the last surviving Jedi. I said survive
Yes.
like 4 times in that sentence, but yeah.
So the
It looks
Inquisitors, after all the Jedi hacking and
yeah.
slashing them,
He's being hunted
and
specifically.
hunted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might man, I really loved Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order. So,
Mhm.
uh I can't wait for this game to come out. It's going to come out I think it's slated for 2023. Um
Sweet.
I cannot wait for this game to come out.
Yeah.
It's like the
And if
only game that EA has right now.
yeah. So I'm looking at this very last
Yeah.
few words.
Yep. Yep. In
Is this the real reason why Dollet wasn't on this episode? He
probably.
fucking hates Blitzball.
Um there's apparently a Star Wars story that came out recently That referenced a game called Blitzball that is played in a lake.
Oh my god.
Which makes Blitzball, Final Fantasy X Blitzball, canon in Star Wars. And it's not like it's very briefly mentioned. It's a sports game that they call Blitzball, and you play it in the water. All right, that's as far as it goes in the Star Wars story. But yeah,
is Tidus a Force ghost? Oh no.
Yes, I mean, okay, so here's the thing when it comes between Final Fantasy and Star Wars. Sakaguchi is a huge Star Wars fan.
It's true.
Biggs and Wedge are actually references to Star Wars.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and that's why they're in multiple different Final Fantasy games, is because they're huge references to Star Wars. Sakaguchi loved Star Wars. So I mean, this is a kind of like, I mean, I assume maybe the writer for the Star Wars story is probably a big Final Fantasy fan and is like, okay, I see you, Sakaguchi.
That's actually would be very nice if that was the case. I like that sort of thing.
It probably is. There's no reason. Honestly, in this day and age where most of the people that are probably writing for Star Wars are probably video game fans and probably have played Final Fantasy X, probably know what Blitzball is. Okay, there's no way this person's not a fucking 10 fan. All right, you don't just make a game that you play in a sports game that you play in water called Blitzball without knowing what it is, because Blitzball is not a very the term Blitzball is not a very frequently used word outside of video games. So
it's very specific. Gamers would know.
Yeah.
If they're,
I mean, well, gamers
fan.
did know. As soon as they saw it, they were like, okay.
Yeah, gamers knew.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice. If I find out I need to find like who's the writer for the story, so I can because I assume by this point they probably made a statement saying, yeah, this was honestly like a an ode to Sakaguchi or just an ode to Final Fantasy in general. So
that would be nice.
It was nice to see.
Yeah, and if you can't wait for this game to get released this month, nearly this month, June. It's like a couple of days. June 8th, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 on Switch. I'll keep you busy, right? Yeah.
I have it on PC, so I don't need to play it on the Switch. So I'm good in that regard. I really can't wait for the remake to come out, I can't wait to get info on the remake. I know in the teaser trailer that they did for it, they did get the voice actress back for Bastila. So
ooh, cool.
Because she's like the narrator for the teaser trailer. So
that's cool.
That is Bastila's voice, and I mean, and she already voices in the Old Republic as well, like the MMO. Because Bastila's in that game as well. So she's obviously still doing the stuff. So I can't wait. I can't wait. KOTOR is one of my favorite video games. One of my most favorite video games. I've played the fuck out of that game. That was like one of the only games I played on my Xbox. So.
Yeah. You got Switch again, right?
No, I'm not. I have it on PC.
You got to Switch it though.
No, I have it on PC. Not to mention, okay, you said KOTOR 2, right? You can't get the the mod pack for it. that adds the stuff that the developers took out.
Damn.
So you get the PC version, you get the Sith Lord's
oh
mod.
Wait, funny you should say that. It's actually the full title has Sith Lords at the end.
Well, no, the Sith Lords is the title of KOTOR 2.
Okay, then I'll eat my sock.
I forget. Let me look for KOTOR 2 on my Steam list. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, Sith Lord, store page. What is it called? All right, it might not be on this page. Anyway, it's called like the something mod pack. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Or the restoration mod pack, I think is what it's called. Which restores the things that some of the things that Obsidian took out when they created the game. So yeah, that is our news this week.
Yeah.
Yay! We got through one without Dalit. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dalit,
God.
for not
Okay.
being here.
All right. So state of play.
Yep.
I think we haven't really chatted about if
I asked
when...
earlier if you
Yeah.
and Dalit would be available.
It's America Thursday, right?
America
It depends
Thursday.
what time in the day for me.
So I'm at work when it's airing.
Okay. Oh, in that case, I should be able to watch it with you.
Yeah,
because cool.
I can watch it when I get off of work.
Okay.
I just need Dalit to answer back. But if he doesn't, we can just watch it without him.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. What are you doing this week?
I am probably going to continue Porsche and then Laugh at Horses. Still, actually, I was scrolling through like a list of like games released 2022 in June. I'm still looking forward to the Capcom collection, man. I really want my Darkstalkers. I really want my Pocket Fighter. Oh my god! Or Gem Fighter is in America. Other than that, I've got a lot of commission work, honestly, to do. So that mostly watching other people play games.
Hey,
that's what I'm doing.
That's money, though.
I got monies. Yeah, I need the monies.
Yep,
so
monies.
How about you, sir?
I mean, Critical Role. I mean, honestly, probably as soon as we finish here, I'm just gonna like click over on my fucking my YouTube and hit play. I'm in the middle of an episode. And Cold Steel 4. I don't know if I'll touch any. I mean, obviously we're gonna watch the state of play, so maybe I'm like super invigorated after we watch that to do something else. Maybe probably not, because most of the games that are going to be shown are going to be probably not coming out for a while. Hopefully 16 is slated for a couple months from now, maybe. Hopefully. Yoshi P, deliver, please.
Yep, please.
But yeah, probably just Cold Steel 4 and Crit Roll. Yep.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for listening, everybody.
Yep. Hopefully, we will have the full crew next week.
Hopefully, you're able to edit out me having to run away a million times.
Oh yeah, that'll be easy. I can just I can honestly skip to at least one of the points that because I
editors know everybody's still listening.
Kept track of the time, but yeah, I should be able to easily edit them out.
Yeah. And if you're still listening to the end of the episode, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and share on Twitter and all that lovely thing, and also comment, because it also helps the algorithm to Qatar very much.
Yeah, all of that, because like I said, me and Dalit said last week, dude, I don't care if you're saying mean shit to us. Go ahead and comment. I like reading mean stuff. It's fun sometimes.
Please, especially make fun of me saying, "Oh, whoa, hold your horses," and I'm actually the one jumping the gun.
yeah. Oh.
I did that 2 times.
You skipped over the anime part. Like, no, that's at the bottom of the list.
Fuck. Yeah. My brain's mess. My brain's spaghetti most of the time.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. We're obviously doing a recording of watching us the state of play, so you'll see a quick video of that up. But yeah, see you guys next week.
Bye.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua, it's definitely true.